for second to the last topic, we'll have the integration of rational functions, or sometimes we call this the partial fraction decomposition. That's basically the topic. However, partial fraction decomposition, you already had this way back in your fundamental mathematics. So what are the objectives? To understand the concept of partial fraction decomposition, use partial fraction decomposition with linear factors and with quadratic factors. So for the second objective here, you have types 1 or case 1 and case 2. For the third objective, you have case 3 and case 4. So what is partial fraction decomposition? For example, you have a fraction in the form of n numerator over d denominator, and then the numerator is of equal or higher degree than the denominator, you can divide it, diba? So the rule in any integral or probably in your differential calculus could be divide when it is improper. Again, it's improper when the degree of the numerator is of equal degree or higher than the denominator. And then the factors in the denominator should be factored out properly if they can be factored. So look at this. These are what you call linear factors, where the denominators are linear in form. And then this one, some of you might say, that's not linear, that's quadratic. Yes, it is repeated, but look at the form inside the parenthesis. That is linear in form. We say quadratic if it is irreducible, so meaning we cannot factor it out anymore. So for linear factors, let's have this. You can factor the denominator as x minus 3 and x minus 2. So that means for each of the denominators, you will assign a letter on top. Let's just say A, this one's B. And then you can solve for A and B by multiplying everything with the least common denominator. So when you have or when you attain this form, you can basically just divide it, just substitute x equals 2 or x equals 3. So let's solve some examples. This one for quadratic factors, it just shows that for each of the denominators again, there is one term. However, look at this. This one's irreducible quadratic. For a quadratic that cannot be reduced, you will have two letters on top. Sometimes, in some, like, some might write it like this. Over x squared plus 4. Because some people, what they do is c times the derivative of the denominator plus d. So if the denominator is x squared plus 4, that's going to be 2x plus 0. So nakalagay na doon. I'll show you later why. And then basically solve again. So I'll just give you some examples and let's just solve. Okay. So let's have this as the first example. So what are the factors? So in here, look at this, guys. On the left, what we have are two terms. And then, isn't it that for those two terms, we can combine this, right? We can combine this as a single fraction. That is what we do in algebra. Sometimes we combine them. So when we combine them, these two, the LCD would be x plus 1 and x minus 2. So when you combine, that's going to be 3 times x minus 2 minus 2 times x plus 1. And then upon distribution, you can simplify it to this term. And eventually, you'll end up with x minus 8 all over x squared minus x minus 2. So that means this one here is actually the same as what I am integrating on the right. So the thing is, how do you split this one, the one on the right, how do you split that into two simpler or partial fractions? Again, you know that this can be split as x minus 2 and x plus 1. So for each of the for each of the denominators, what I will do is I will assign one letter. So let's just say this is A, this is B. So after multiplying everything by the LCD, I can say x minus 8 is simply A times x plus 1 plus B times x minus 2. Now you have two roots. The roots are x equals -1 and x equals 2. So if x is -1, I can say -1 minus 8 is -9. 8 times 0, b, -3. This cancels out. You'd be able to solve for b equals 3. If x equals 2, 2 minus 8 is -6. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 minus 2 is 0. So the b is now the 0. Therefore, a is -2. So I can say that this one can be rewritten as a -2 over -2 plus b, which is 3 over x plus 1. So look at this. The one you have here at the bottom is the same as the one on top. Diba? -2 is the partner of x minus 2. 3 is the partner of x plus 1. Can you follow, guys? So if I ask you, what would be the answer? It's going to be -2 ln of x minus 2 plus 3 ln of x plus 1 plus c. So again, this is a type 1. Type 1 will always be ln. Because there are actually four cases, as I've said. Case number 1, linear factors at the denominator, all distinct. 2, linear factors, some are repeated. Case number 3, irreducible quadratic, all distinct. 4, irreducible quadratic, some repeated. Okay, let's go to the first one. So for the first one, let's rewrite this as x plus 3 and x minus 3. On top, that's 3x minus 3. So after multiplying everything by the LCD, eto, let's decompose this already. A over x plus 3 plus b over x minus 3. So let's multiply everything by the LCD. So you're left with 3x minus 3 is A, x minus 3, b, x plus 3. So there are two roots. If x equals 3, 3 times 3, 9 minus 3 is 6. That's going to be 8 times 0, b times 6. So you can cancel a, b is equal to 1. Now, if x is -3, 3 times -3, -9 minus 3 is -12. -3 minus 3 is -6. Plus -3 plus 3 is 0. So this one is the one that cancels out. A would be equal to 2. Therefore, I can say that A is 2 over x plus 3. The other one is 1, so plus 1 over x minus 3. So this is the decomposition of your fraction. You're not naman asked to integrate that So we're okay. Now, we're being asked to integrate it. Okay, so let's try. 1 over x minus 3 and x minus 2 is equal to A over x minus 3, b over x minus 2. Multiply everything by the LCD. Your LCD is the one at the bottom. So you're left with 1 ax minus 2, bx minus 3. So, the roots are, what are the roots, guys? Can you please dictate? X equals 2 and 3. Very good. So, if x equals 2, if x equals 2, 1 is equal to a times 0. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Therefore, b is negative 1. This one cancels out. If it's 3, 1 equals 3 minus 2 is 1. Plus 3 minus 3 is 0. That one cancels out. A equals 1. So that means this one can be rewritten as a over x minus 3 minus b over x minus 2 dx. So what's the answer? It's going to be ln of x minus 3 minus ln of x minus 2 plus c. Sometimes some people would say, sir, di ba pag minus divide, pwede namang, if you want, you can make it like that. Pero, this is case 1. It's always ln. Okay? This one, another case 1, pero mahaba. Pero if we are to distribute this, you're gonna say, this one would then be the integral of a over x plus b over x minus 2 plus c over x plus 1 dx. Guys, am I safe to say that the integral would be a ln x plus b ln of x minus 2 plus c ln of x plus 1? Tama ba yon? Yes, ganun lang. It just so happened that we need to solve for what a, b, and c are. But of course, your integral would always be ln because it's case 1. So let's solve. Multiplying by the LCD, you'll have 2x minus 5 is a, x minus 2 and x plus 1, b, x times x plus 1, c, x times x minus 2. So what are the roots? Can you please dictate to me the roots? 0, 2, and negative 1. Very good. So x equals 0 first. Next, let's try x equals 2. Next, let's try x equals negative 1. When x equals 0, on the left, it's going to be negative 5. So, negative 2, 1, b, yung b, that's with x. So, 0 na siya. Yung c, it contains an x. So, 0. So, you'd be able to solve for a. A is negative 5 over negative 2. That's just 5 halves. Now, if it's 2, 2 times 2, 4 minus 5 is negative 1. A contains x minus 2, so it zeroes out. 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. And then C contains an x minus 2, it zeroes out. So B is negative 1 over 6. Lastly, if it's negative 1, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, minus 5 is minus 7. So A contains an x plus 1, which will cancel out with a negative 1. That becomes 0. B contains an x plus 1 also. That will cancel out. C, negative 1. Negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. Therefore, C is negative 7 over 3. Therefore, I can say that My answer is A, which is 5 halves, ln of x. B ko is negative, so minus 1, 6, ln of x minus 2. C is negative also, minus 7 over 3, ln of x plus 1. Is it clear, guys? All right. So again, case number one, case number one, it's always ln. No matter what we do, it's always going to be ln. Nothing more than ln. Let's go to case number two, repeated linear factors. So let's try this. Let's try factoring out. It's going to be x minus 1 all over, if I factor out x, it's going to be x squared plus 2x plus 1. So it's going to be this one. You can't cancel out anything. Okay. So it's going to be a over x plus b over x plus 1, c over x plus 1. But then they're repeated. So if I multiply everything by its LCD, again, what's the LCD? The LCD would be x plus 1 squared. The left side would remain the same. This one would be x plus 1 squared. This one would be x plus 1. And then this one would be x. So some of you might ask, how do we solve something like this? We can, because if there's repeating factors, guys, the equations like this, the roots, you only have two roots to substitute. So there is another method in solving this, guys. It's going to be this. This is what you call equating coefficients. However, for equating coefficients, um, it has to be properly arranged. This one, we can say this is x squared plus 2x plus 1. B, that's x squared plus x. Cx, this is x plus 1. So look at the line, guys. What is the highest power of x that you see? Look at this line, the equation. What's the highest power of x that you see? X squared, right? So that means there's an x squared, there would be an x, and then the constants. Do we have any x squared on the left? Yes or none? Do we have x squared on the left? There's none. So 0. Do we have x squared for letter A? Yes. So A times x squared. So A, yung coefficient ng x squared. Do we have x squared for B? Yes. For C, walang x. Walang x squared kasi it's just x. So this is the first equation. Now for x, do we have x on the left? Yes. Isang x. Now, for A, ayun no, dalawang letter A. So you can say 2A. Ay, sorry. Bakit daw yung left side x plus 1? It's minus 1. I looked at it, nagkamali ako ng kopya. You understand? Sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, so 2A. Now, do we have an x for letter B? Yes, 1x for B. So 1 times B. For C, isa rin. Now, look at the numbers. The numbers, negative 1. May number ba tayo sa A? 1A. May number ba tayo sa B? Walang numbers. In letter C, also, we don't have any constants. So that means we already have an answer. In here, A is negative 1 is an answer. If A is negative 1, we can already answer this one. B would be positive 1. Am I correct? So 1, 2 times negative 1 plus 1 plus c. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. Therefore, c is equal to 2. So let's rewrite. That's going to be negative 1 over x. B is 1. So 1 over x plus 1. X plus 1 squared dx. So the first one, no problem. Second one, no problem. That's ln. This one, the third one. Okay. If you x plus 1 n power rule, negative 2 du is dx. It's just general power formula. So let's integrate negative ln of x plus ln of x plus 1 plus, we don't need the 2, bring it out, times u to the n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. Therefore, the final answer would be negative ln of x plus ln of x plus 1 to magiging negative 2 over x plus 1. Tama? Okay. Plus c. So again, let's try to summarize. Case number 2 would be combination of ln and power. Yan. Sige nga. Let's try this, guys. A over x plus b over x squared plus c over x minus 1. This is the form. Okay. So after multiplying everything by the LCD, it's going to be 6x squared minus x minus 2 is a x minus 1, b x minus 1, c x squared. Let's fix the a. Okay, now that it's fixed, let's equate coefficients. The highest power that you see in the line is an x squared. Next, followed by the x's, followed by the constants. Okay, for x squared, what's the coefficient on the left? It's negative 6. What about here? A. Wala sa B, pero meron tayo sa C. Now, let's go to x. Ang coefficient ng x, negative 1. Dito, ayun, no, negative ang katabi ng x tsaka a. So, minus a. What about b? May isang b. What about c? There's nothing. Lastly, for the numbers, negative 2, walang purely constant yung a, yung c wala, pero yung b meron, negative of b. Therefore, meron akong answer sa b, 2. If b is 2, 2, let's move this. It's going to be negative 3. A is 3. If A is 3, C is negative. Diba? A is 3, C is negative 9. Am I correct? Ay, positive pa rin 6. C is 3. Am I correct, guys? Alright. Thank you for correcting me. Alright. So here, sige nga, guys. Ano yung A? A, it's gonna be, just tell me. Don't look at the one at the bottom. Just tell me the form. Form of A is very good, LN. What about B? What's the form? Form only. We don't need to solve. GPF, very good. What's for C? ln. Very good. So yun. So when we rewrite this, this is going to be the integral of 3 over x. Not 3. Ano ba yan? Tama. 3 over x. Plus 2 over x squared. Plus 3 over x minus 1 dx. Okay. So this one would then be 3 ln of x minus 2 over x plus 3 ln of x minus 1 plus c. Again, case number 2, ln plus GPF or power. Okay, let's go to case number 3. Case number 3, this one's a bit more difficult, guys. So what I'd do is, I'd copy this. You'd notice that the left denominator is quadratic that cannot be factored out or irreducible. So this is going to be x squared plus 1 plus, again, x minus 2. We don't have a problem with the linear. It's easy. The problem is the numerator. For the quadratic, what I do is, since it's quadratic, I'd write 2 letters. Here, I'd write 1 letter. But what do I write in the middle? Guys, what's the derivative of the denominator? Can you help me? 2x. Very good. Thank you. Okay. So let's multiply everything by its LCD. Left side would then be 5x squared minus 6x plus 2. The right side would be, I'd separate that as a times 2x and then x minus 2. B, x minus 2. C, x squared plus 1. Any questions on how I got this line? The thing is, this one is not yet arranged. So let's arrange this. 2x squared minus 4x. Okay, now everything is fixed. What is the highest power that we see? Still, x squared followed by x followed by numbers. What method is this, guys? This is method of, what am I doing? Equating coefficients. So if I call this equating coefficients, what have I been doing here? This one is substituting the roots. Substituting the roots, this is really good if it's for case number 1. Sometimes it would be good if it's for case 2, but you will lack one equation kasi you have two roots, 0 and -1, but you have 3 denominators. That's why for case 2, it might be good to do equating coefficients already. For case 3, it's always best to do equating coefficients. All right. For x squared, you have 5 on the left. You have 2a. Pwedeng gamitin yung dalawang equation. Oo naman. Kapag, kunyari dito, guys, you wrote already, for example, in here, di ba the roots that you have are 0 at saka 1, pero nag-equate coefficients ka, pinlog in mo muna yung 0 and 1, masosolve mo na agad yung dalawang letters, masosolve mo na agad yung B, masosolve mo na agad yung C, kulang ka na lang ng A. So, kapag alam mo na yung B and C, plug in mo siya dito, masosolve mo naman yung A. You understand? You can combine those two methods. No one's stopping us. Okay. So, the coefficient of x squared is 2 times A. And then, wala sa letter B, meron sa C. So, plus C. What's the coefficient of x, guys? Can you give me the coefficient of x? Very good. -6. What about for A? Do we have -4? Letter A. Do we have for letter B? Yes, we do. 1B. Tama. Now, for constants, what are the numbers, guys? Can you give me all the coefficients? And then, kunwari, something, comma, something, comma, something, comma. Go. 2. There's nothing in A, you're correct. -2B. Very good. Plus C. Did you get it, guys? You understand? So in this case, what can I solve for immediately? It's up to you, guys. If you want to, let's just say, let's call this equation 1. Let's call this equation 2, equation 3. I'll start with 1 minus 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. 2a minus 2b minus -2b is 2a plus 2b. C minus C cancels out. Okay? So let's call this equation number 4. Now the thing is, we haven't really used equation 2 yet. So equation number 2 is -6 is -4a plus b. But look at this. Look at equation number 4. If I multiplied everything by 2, di ba? Multiply that by 2, I'll get this line. So 0 equals 5b. I can see that b is 0. Can you follow, guys? Okay. If my b is 0, let's plug in 0. Therefore, your a is 6/4 or 3/2. So you can solve for b as well. Your b is c as well. Sorry. C is 2. Okay? So when we rewrite everything, we can split them as a is 3/2 multiplied by 2x all over x squared plus 1. And then my b is 0 over x squared plus 1. My letter c is 2. 2 over x minus 2. So this is your integral, right? You know why, guys? I try to give you the derivative of the denominator here so that whatever constant you have for a, you can just bring it out and you're ensured that the one on top is the derivative of the denominator. Can you follow? Paano rin nakuha yung equation number 4, guys? 1 minus 3 is equal to 4. Ayun no, 5 minus 2 is 3. 2a minus -2b is plus 2b. C minus c cancels out. Okay? So, this one would be, sige nga guys, can you please dictate to me, what is the form of the first term? Form lang form. First term, ln. What about the second term? What's the form? This is arctan. And then this is, ano to? ln. Di ba sabi ko, pagka case 3, not all are present, pero for case number 3, it's a combination of arctan plus ln plus general power formula. Those three, combination of those. It so happen na wala tayong nakuhang power kasi walang nag-repeat na case 1 or wala tayong case 2 na lumabas. So in here, the answer would be 3/2 ln of x squared plus 1. It so happen na 0 yung sa arctan, so wala. 2 ln of x minus 2 plus c. So again, for case 3, wherein you have numerator over denominator, don't forget that it's going to be a times the derivative of your denominator plus b all over the denominator of x. Okay? All right. So eto, look at this. Look at the problem. What would be the answer? Diba it's the same? The answer that we had in this page is 3 halves ln of x squared plus 1 plus 2 ln of x minus 2 plus c. This is what we got. Pero ito yung tanong ko, guys. What if hindi nag-zero yung second term? Can you give me the answer? Or give me the form first, guys. What will be the form? First one, what's the form? Ln. Very good. Second one, what's the form? Arctan. Third one, Ln. Very good. There was a question, why did we have to subtract 1 and 3 daw? 1 minus 3. Kasi look at this. 1 and 3, ano yung parehong meron sila na pwedeng makancel? Anong letter? Parehong may letter C. Pag minus ko, cancelled agad yung C. Nabawasan ako ng isang letter. Do you understand? Okay. Sige nga guys, can you give me the form of the answer in here? The answer na lang. Sige. What's the answer? 3 halves ln of x squared plus 1 plus 5 arctan of x plus 2 ln of x minus 2 plus c. Eh di tama. Di ba as I've been saying, for case number 3, it's a combination of ln plus arctan plus general power formula. It so happened na wala tayong power because there's no case 2 present. Pero what I'm saying is that in case 3, all 3 of those can appear. But typically, laging ito, yung dalawa. This one will appear if there is a repeated, if there is the presence of case 2. Kasi sometimes cases 2 and 3 are combined. Again, look at this one. Case number 2, all the time ln and GPF. If it's case 2, no matter what you do, it will always be ln and GPF. Okay? Case number 4, this is quite, quite long to do. But let's try doing it. A, B, C, D. All right. So x squared plus 2x plus 2. X squared plus 2x plus 2 squared. Guys, can you please help me with this? What's the derivative of the denominator? Can you dictate? 2x plus 2. Very good. So we'll just write the derivative of the denominator. Okay. So multiply everything by the LCD. You'll have x cubed minus x squared plus 1 is a 2x plus 2 multiplied by x squared plus 2x plus 2. B, x squared plus 2x plus 2. C is 2x plus 2 only. D, there's nothing because, I multiply everything by the LCD. The thing is, for letter A, it's not yet fixed. 2x cubed plus 4x squared plus 4x, 2x squared plus 4x plus 4. So, yung a natin would have 2x to the third plus 6x squared, 8x plus 4. Okay, let's equate coefficients. What's the highest degree that you see, guys? What is the highest degree? Very good, to the third power. So, therefore, we'll have x cubed, x squared, x, and the constants. For x cubed, we have 1x cubed on the left. Do we have for a? Yes, 2a. Do we have for b? Nothing. So we already solved for a. A is 1/2. For x squared, there's -1 on the left. Here, there's 6a. For b, there is b. For c, there's none. For d, there's none. Therefore, I can solve for b. 1/2 of 6 is 3. Move it to the other side. That's -1 minus 3. B is -4. Right? For x, it's going to be 1, 8a plus 2b plus 2c. Let's solve. 8 times 1/2 is 4 minus 2 times 4. 4 minus 4 is -4. Tama ba? Ay, 8 times 4 minus 8 is -4. So -4, move it to the other side. It's going to be 5 divided by, tama ba? Ay, wait lang. May mali ako. X. Hindi pala siya x1 pala siya. Sorry. That's 0. Ulit. 8 times 1/2 is 4 plus 2 times -4 is -8. So 4 minus 8 is -4. Move it to the other side. It's going to be 4. Divided by 2, C is 2. Can you follow, guys? All right. Lastly, for the numbers, 1 is equal to 4a. There's a number for b, yes. 2b, there's a number for c. 2c, there's d. So, ang hirap eh. So, it's gonna be 2 minus 4 plus 4d. 4 and 4 cancel out. Tama ba? Ay, hindi ako marunong mag-multiply, guys. Kakahiya. 8 to, no? So, 2. This one is 2 times -4 is -8. So, 2 plus 6 minus. Okay. So, your D is 3. Can you follow, guys? Therefore, the form of our integral would be the integral of 1/2 times 2x plus 2 all over x squared plus 2x plus 2 plus b, which is -4 over x squared plus 2x plus 2 plus c, 2 times 2x plus 2 all over x squared plus 2x plus 2 squared plus d dx. Can you follow? Umulit lang yung question. Sige. Ulit. I'll just rewrite this here. 1/2 of 2x plus 2 all over x squared plus 2x plus 2 minus 4 all over x squared plus 2x plus 2 plus 2. X squared plus 2x plus 2 plus 3 x squared plus 2x plus 2 quantity squared. So all of them dx. Ngayon, guys, just by looking, what's the form? Can you tell me the form? Let's call this number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. What's the form of number 1, guys? ln, very good. Number 2, yes, it's arctangent. Number 3, yes, power or general power formula. Number 4, this is trigonometric substitution. So let's solve number 1. Number 1, it is the integral of 1/2 ln lang siya of x squared plus 2x plus 2. Can you follow number 1? All right, number 2. Let's solve it kasi medyo may pagkamahirap. -4 over x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus 1. So we can make it the integral of -4 over x plus 1 squared plus 1 dx. We don't need the 4. Okay. So your u, x plus 1, a is 1, du is dx. So no problem with this. We don't need the -4. Let's bring it out. U over a, arctan of, so -4 arctan of x plus 1. Para yung mga answers gawin natin green. 1/2 ln of x squared plus 2x plus 2. Okay. So the answer for letter number 2 is tama, arctan nga. Now, let's go to number 3. Sabi sa number 3, general power. How is it general power? I don't need the 2. Let's bring it out. 2x plus 2. X squared plus 2x plus 2 squared dx. So in this case, guys, if u is x squared plus 2x plus 2, n is -2, du is 2x plus 2, dx kompleto. Therefore, the integral would be, I don't need the 2. Let's bring it out there. U to the n plus 1, n plus 1 all over n plus 1. Huwag na muna tayo maglagay ng c. Later na lang natin lagay lahat ng c. So in this case, the answer would be -2 all over x squared plus 2x plus 1. Yan. So it's general power formula. Lastly, ang sabi, trig substitution. So how do we do the trig substitution? Let's rewrite it muna. In letter number 4, di ba number 4 is the integral of 3 over x squared plus 2x plus 2 squared dx. Okay. Let's fix this first. We don't need the 3. Let's bring it out. We know that this one is x plus 1 squared plus 1. Diba ganyan itsura niya, guys? Am I correct here? So far, can you follow what I'm doing? Okay. The form is Di ba? U squared plus A squared. Therefore, let U A tangent theta. Remember this? What is U? Your U is X plus 1. Your A is 1. Tangent theta. Right? So dx is simply secant squared theta d theta. Okay, let's try substituting everything. 3. In place of dx, I will write secant squared theta d theta. At the bottom, it's going to be tangent squared theta plus 1 squared. So, let's rewrite secant squared theta d theta. This one would then be secant to the fourth theta. Kasi secant squared yung buong ilalim, squared. It's going to be secant to the 4. So, this one, okay. So, I will have 3, right? So, may problem because this one, from trig substitution, this is what you call now, ito yung topic na natin last time, trig integrals. Anong tool, guys? Can you please dictate to me the tool? Cosine squared is 1/2 of, 1, tama ba? Okay. So that means ito, the whole thing, you can replace this with 3. 1/2 plus 1/2 cosine 2 theta. Let's distribute muna. Integral of 3/2 d theta plus integral of, I don't need the 3/2. So the answer here would be 3/2 theta. Here, if u is 2 theta, du is 2 d theta. So we need a 1/2. Integral of cosine is sine, right? So the answer here would be 3/2 theta plus 3/4 sine 2 theta, right? However, guys, as I said, your original problem is not given in terms of theta, di ba? Okay, let's rewrite this muna ha. Isn't it that sine 2 theta is 2? So it can cancel out terms. Wait, I'll just rewrite it here. So the pre-final answer is 3/2 theta, 3/2 sine theta, cosine theta. Ito yung pre-final answer. Now, guys, ang problem, di ba pagka trig substitution, do you remember your triangle? As I said, di ba? Tangent theta is u over a. So yung u, ang a ko ito, this one would be x squared plus 2x plus 2. All right, so let's plug in theta and the arctan of u over a, sine daw, opposite hypotenuse, hypotenuse, x squared plus 2x plus 2. Cosine is adjacent hypotenuse, 1 over square root of x squared plus 2x plus 2. Okay, therefore, what would be the final answer? The final answer would be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. It's a bit tiring, yes, but we don't have an option. So what's the answer? 1/2 ln of x squared plus 2x plus 2 plus ano yung b natin? Number 2, minus 4 arctan x plus 1. And our number 3, minus 2 over x squared plus 2x plus 1. And lastly, plus 3 halves and 3 halves. There's an x plus 1. And at the bottom, x squared plus 2x. So guys, plus c, of course. U is equal to a tan theta. What is tangent theta, guys? U over a. Theta is arctan of u over a. That's why you have an arctan here. Kasi tangent theta is x plus 1 over 1. Therefore, theta is arctan of x plus 1. Can you follow? All right. So again, as a summary, case 1 is ln, case 2 is ln power, case 3, sure, there is an arctangent if it does not zero out, pero this could be the possible combinations. Case 4, all the time, there would be ln power arctan trig sub, so long as it does not zero out. Okay?